hope you enjoyed the impala down there. See, there's some interesting wildlife happening around as well. Jan was just telling us now, maybe he mentioned to you as well. He's got two hornbills looking at the window, just outside, or right opposite where he's sitting in the live control center. As for us, we're just still heading west. There's a couple of kudu right down the bottom, right there in the dip. We'll try and have a look at them and then see if we can get those buffalo towards the end of the drive. Hey, big ears. A little bit of a drizzle now and again. I felt a few drops here and there, but it shouldn't influence us too much for the next bit. Beautiful antelopes. Now again, as with all your other herbivores, this time of year there's plenty of food around for them. Lots of fresh leaves. These guys do prefer to browse. Can eat grass sometimes, but typically they like fresh leaves. We were talking about eyesight earlier, and I actually mentioned kudu, saying that they've also got very good eyesight. But one thing that kudu are towards the top of the list with is hearing. They've got incredibly good hearing, as you can imagine. Ears that size, they really can hear a pin drop if that ever had to happen around them.
Yummy.
Yeah, it's like when you see buffalo eating fresh grass or kudus eating leaves like this, like James is saying, it does make you want to maybe have some of it as well. David, did you have anything to eat this morning, James? Yeah, same here. Hunger is the best cook. Given enough time, we'll eat these leaves gladly. And just to come back to that hearing I mentioned with kudu, it's got to do with their environment. They live in thicker bush typically, being browsers, but also just the way they feed. As you could see there, quite often her head is literally inside the bush busy eating, so it means that her vision will be quite restricted around her. So that's where the ears are very handy. And then as we're talking about how they prefer browsing, she decided to eat a little bit of grass, just to prove a point, because she can. I think we're going to move on. Very, very nice, peaceful setting with them. We're going to see, maybe we get nice and close to them when we get down to the bottom. But like I said, I would like to try and still get to those buffalo. Gravity, you can do it. Playful jump there, young male. Actually, let me just go a bit more forward. I'm sure we can get a better look at him. See those little horns just coming out, still a youngster, but very, very healthy looking. And I'm sure quite soon we'll start seeing some of the bigger antelopes having their young as well. Impala babies are now starting to get bigger. They've been around for over a month or so. But quite soon things like Kudu and Nyala and Waterbuck will start having their young as well. They tend to have their young normally a little bit later into summer. There we go. You see what this one is eating? He's pulling out some weeds from there. So quite often when it looks like Kudu might be grazing, it's more that they're eating other little leafy plants, like certain kinds of weeds in this case, that they pick out in between the grass. Making short work of that. Chop chop. This kudu belongs to the very well-known superhero group of kudus known as ex-kudus. You can see it carries the mark there on the side. That's why he's not afraid of us at all. I will eat weeds, I mean. Oh, look at that. Awesome. Really are one of my favorite antelopes. I've got a lot of favorite animals, and it's one of those questions that sometimes comes through, what's your favorite animal? And I really do have a lot of them. And I've got a lot of different answers depending on my mood and what I'm thinking about. But kudu certainly are high up on that list. Growing up in Namibia, they were one of the antelopes that we get to see a lot of. Namibia is still fortunate enough to have large areas with very few people in it. So even in general farming areas and so forth, you still get a lot of natural wildlife as well. You still get lots of kudu and gemsbok and so on. So I've always had a very special place for kudu. Beautiful antelopes, very graceful the way they move. And of course, any of you that have ever seen a big kudu bull, when he dips his head back as he runs through the bush, there's just something so graceful and royal in that movement. It touches a little something in my heart every time. So always like seeing these guys, and I'm sure we'll see more of them maybe this afternoon in the drive. Let's make some tracks. Let's have a look at that kudu cow quickly. Kudu cow. I'm talking a bit funny sometimes. Beautiful female there that James is just showing us. She looks like she's pregnant as well, so a little kudu inside there as well. Let's go look for the buffalo. Baboon tracks.